against the largest meat producer in the world. And they've had to shut down meat production and distribution worldwide for over a week now. This type of thing affects, the whole COVID thing has affected our shipping system, it's affected our delivery system, and this is something that I was saying 2, 3, 4 years ago, that we live in a fragile system, and that organizations like ours are going to have to learn to produce food on site. Wherever their sites are worldwide, they've got to learn to be more self-sufficient. And what we're trying to do here is really a Joseph scenario where we're producing food for those critical times. Along the way, we're feeding children right now. We're in partnership with family. We're feeding children with cancer and leukemia. We're sending them food every single week. But we want to install freeze dryers. And I was discussing with you, Bill, earlier. You looked at the new dehydrators that I bought, a couple of new dehydrators, and they're relatively inexpensive. And I could build a huge 40-foot solar-powered dehydrator on the property, and we could produce a lot of food, but it doesn't store well. It only stores for about a year to 18 months. And with the freeze dryers, we can store food up to 25 years if it's packaged properly. You put the food in a Milo bag and you seal it with this little cheap oxygen eater, and literally we can create a food bank. And because we're in Panama, the shipping capital of the world, we'll be able to ship that food around the world very cheaply. The other thing that freeze dryers do is they take the weight out of food. So I can take 250 pounds of kale and turn it into 5 pounds of superfood powder. I can take 250 pounds of moringa, turn it into 5 pounds of powder, not losing any nutrients at all. So if you take a scoop of this superfood powder and put it in a smoothie in the morning, or bake it into some chocolate chip cookies if you're trying to feed it to kids, or mix it with rice and beans, or mix it with posha, the sawdust stuff they have in Africa, which has almost no nutritional value. So you take something that is local, that's cheap, that has very little nutritional value, throw some of this powder in it, and all of a sudden you've revolutionized the meal. It becomes a very nutrition-based meal. Moringa itself, which is what we're going to plant all along down at the bottom by the river, because if we plant fruit, it'll be stolen. So if we plant moringa, that moringa we can harvest every 50 days, and those leaves are right now worth about $35 a pound in the United States once they're freeze-dried.